Hey guys, welcome back to the Thompson Model Shop. Wow, this took some time to put together, but without further ado, I was able to do some behind the scenes before we issued out this video. I thought it would be very important to do that. However, this is magazine 4. There's going to be a couple other things that we're going to be doing to this later on in the model. However, without further ado, I think I should just let you all know what it is that we're going to be doing. What we're doing is the dashboard for the knightrider model kit. Just a little FYI, I got some cool stuff that comes with this, okay? So I'm going to open this up real quick, right to where we're going to go, the meat and potatoes. This is everything that it is, and then we're going to put everything together. We're going to put all these things together, and we're gonna go through it pretty extensively here in this video. There are going to be some parts that we're not putting in because I have a special treat, and we'll get to that here in a second, which will make this dashboard a lot more realistic. And with a lot of the behind the scenes that I've did to put this together and research in this, that I think you'll enjoy this video. So I hope you continue to watch, because maybe you might want to do the modifications that I did to my model here in the shop. So without further ado, we're going to get all that going, and we'll work here on the bench and have everything pretty much ready to go. Other than that, let's get on down to putting this sucker together. So our first step here to put everything together is going to be 4H and 4G. This right here, we're just going to slide these two pieces together, and they go together. And that's step 1. Step 2 is going to be where we actually attach it to the dashboard. So what it says here is we're going to have to put the dashboard upside down. Okay, so since we're putting the dashboard upside down, it wants us to take these pieces that we just did, and then of course our other piece, which is this one. It has all those nice little cool things there. It's all blacked out for you, and everything's all done up, so you don't have to worry about it. And then apparently there's going to be some lighting that's going to go in here to hopefully light this up. At least that's how I understand it. So without further ado, I'm going to put that piece right up in here, okay? And that piece fits pretty much nice and snug in the dashboard. That's kind of cool, okay? That's pretty cool. Gives you a little bit of flair on there on that dashboard, and it does have some writing on it. So I'm going to look at it real quick. It says fuel on, igniter, all that. So I mean, you can, and it says power, and looks like something else. I just don't have my glasses on, so I can't see it. But other than that, that's pretty cool. So we're going to put this upside down, place this piece, okay, that we just put in, and we're going to put it right into place. It'll click into place, so you don't have to worry. It'll click right in. You'll hear that little click noise. And then you have to take 2 BP screws. You're going to put one here and one here. So there it is. We take our screwdriver here, and we're going to screw in our BP screws. And you can see that there's a, I don't know if you can see it at home, but on my angle here, there's a little hole here. That's where your light's going to go, which will light up this area here. And then another hole is here, and that's going to light up the KITT box, where where KITT's voice comes out of, or the light noise where the KITT's little noise is there. So without further ado, now we have to take and put in the KITT voice here. So there it is. Look at that, nice and small and shiny. And of course, it's already blacked out for you, so you don't have to worry. You shouldn't have to put any markings in there or darken it out. But we're gonna wait until the future here, once the lights go in. If that doesn't stay dark like I think it needs to be, then I will add a backing to this, okay? And there you have it. KITT's little box here is in there, and I think it looks really good. Looks really good. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick. I think it looks really good. There it is right now. Looks pretty nice. You get the pieces there. So that's really nice. And then now we're gonna go over to step 4. Okay, so here we are on step 4. This is what I was talking about behind the scenes that I worked on. So the end result, it comes out like this, and it looks great when it's turned off. But when you add light, there's a lot of light leaks, and it creates a fuzzy background. So what I did is I put a couple layers of the Scotch tape that you see here at the bottom. I put down one layer, put a black marker over it, then I did another layer and put black marker over it, and then another layer to kind of fuzz it out and to balance it out. So to make the light kind of spread out evenly with a little bit of a haze, and then it worked out. So what I did is I did that, and it came out really nice with my tester light. And then you just gonna slide this right back in, and it doesn't ruin anything. It just kind of fits right back into it. So that's really nice. And then I did the same thing with this one, but however, this one I did differently. I actually put the permanent marker, black, green, and red. I used the same permanent marker that I used for this. I used it on this, but this time I put it on the acrylic itself, and then 2 layers of tape over it. Now the first layer, all I did was cover in a couple spots that didn't stay on the acrylic, and then I kind of blotted those up with a permanent marker, and then I put the final layer of tape, which would be the second layer, and I put that second layer of tape over it. Once that went over it, the lighting and everything leaked out. So there's a couple white spots, just a couple white spots throughout it, but I mean, come on, you know what I mean? Like, they could have blacked this out and made it a whole lot better themselves at the factory, but I'm just doing some aftermarket stuff. FYI, if you do this or you do anything like I'm doing here, just remember, Fanhome will not replace it if you mess it up. You're gonna have to buy that whole magazine, number 4 here. So take your time and decide whether you want to do that or not. I use the tape so that way if I did make a mistake, I could fix it by just taking it off. And I used cotton balls, and the cotton ball worked great. So if you'd like to use that, you can. I'm going to do that later on if the lights that come with this kit is brighter than the backing of my cell phone light. If it's brighter than the back of my cell phone, that little light there, then I might use the cotton balls, or I'll get a little defiller, like a little hazy piece, maybe a few more pieces of tape or something over the light itself that's coming in. But for now, we don't have lights for this dashboard, so we're gonna make do with what we got. What you're gonna do with this is all you have to do is take it and add it into 4 Echo. When you add it into 4 Echo, you're going to have to just slide it right on in. It'll kind of click into place, and then once it clicks into place, you're good to go. And those are that piece. Now, I'm gonna put some stuff away here real quick because I want you guys to know some. These are the next 2 pieces that you need to put in, okay? This one's for the video footage, and this one goes underneath it. But I got a great surprise for you. So hold on for a second and let me show you this cool surprise. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the cool surprise. This right here I got from Mike Lane, all right, and it is a dashboard monitor and power boost system. It does come with a power outlet that'll be able to power the whole car. Not only that, I do have one additional item that I got in a issue, and I forgot to mention it, is the power box boost. This here should power up the car, according to what I read. So we're going to test that out here in the coming videos. But it does power up. All right, I do have it charged. It does power up by using a USB. So hopefully this cable I got the right one, so it goes in here. If not, don't worry, because Mike Lane is now using the C USBs. So if that's true, then well, you might not be able to use this, but you could use it for something else in your house. Anywho, without further ado, check this out. Bam. Okay. And it's going to replace some of the lighting, so we're going to be able to see some of that. But when you open this up, it comes with all the stuff you need. Comes with the cable that's going to go from there to the dash. It's got your lighting here and all that such, extensions, so that's kind of cool. We got our cover for where the TV screens are. Okay, so it is going to replace a part, and then it comes in this nice fancy dancy setup. And like I said, okay, with this, you see how it kind of takes out some things. So it's going to take out this box, and it takes out this piece, so you don't need it. All right, and you won't need the other additional piece like this one that goes here, because, well, quite frankly, folks, it's gonna cover all of it, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so without further ado, I think we should just move on to the next phase, because this piece is what's gonna fit inside this piece. Okay, so once you put it all together, it's going to slide right into that place there, and then your lighting and everything will be powered in here. So that's going to be pretty cool. The lighting, however, for this piece is going to be tricky once it comes out, because it's going to be 2 holes here in the back. So later on you might have to unscrew it. So when we put this in, we got to remember not to put it too tight where it strips it. All right. Here we are, we're back at it again. So what's going to happen is we have to take this piece and we're going to put it right here into our dashboard, and this thing fits nice and snug inside there. So we're going to attach this, okay, and that's how that piece will go in. And then once we attach that piece, it's asking for a BP screw. So I'm going to grab one. And we're going to take the BP screw, and we're going to put it in there. Okay, so that BP screw is in, and the next phase is to grab our little piece here, which is going to be 4 Bravo, okay, and 4 Bravo is going to go in just like so. It's going to cover it all up and take out the imperfections that you saw when you put it together. So as long as you put it in the right way, you should be all set. And then we're going to put in the BP screws. So what I did is I put it in place, and I'm going to screw it in. And since these are BP screws and they're not really that long, I'm going to show you how I'm screwing this in. Now, there are other people doing this model, and they might not use the Mike Lane version, so you can always look them up. There is a guy out there, World of Wayne. He shows you how to do both versions. I don't want to show you both. I just want to show you how I'm putting mine together. But that came out pretty nice here, so I'm gonna make sure this is in there nice and snug. All right, so it's in there, it's nice and snug. Doesn't look like it's moving around, so that's great. And now here comes our tricky part, where we're going to be adding in our section here. And this is going to skip us from steps 7, 8, and 9 in the book. I will show you real quick here in a minute what steps we are skipping. Okay, so the steps that we are skipping is going to be this one here. Okay, we are skipping all this, putting this in, because we've already put this in. Now we're putting in the videos and everything. So putting in the videos, we're going to be skipping that part of step 7. Then we're going to be skipping step 8 because we already got the box for it. We're just going to put the red piece right here, this you know, the right side of the dashboard here. We're going to take these red lights and we're going to, or red buttons later on, they'll look like red buttons, but we're going to take that and we're going to be putting into this box, which is already on our light system. Then we're going over here to step 9, which we've already got that part which has the LCDs, and so we're going to skip this too. But if you at home are going to do it, please, if you don't have the kit I have, the Mike Lane models, just follow these 3 steps here exactly as they say it. Okay, so here we are. I have all the cables connected and whatnot. We have our power outlet, which is basically how we're going to power the car here. We're going to not be using batteries, because if we use this, then you're not going to be using batteries. However, we'll come back later and figure it out. But if we are going to use the batteries, then we'll be plugging it into right here. That's where we'll be plugging into, but I really don't have a need for using the batteries if I can prevent that, since we have this and we have our power cord. So basically this thing is gonna connect later on. So there's a few things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to now attach this in, but I'm going to attach it not so tight, because I need to come back later when I get the light bulbs and I have to put them in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the steps that they're asking for, and I'm going to put everything in. Okay? So of course now our next phase was to put in the BP screws. So our BP screws will then get placed in. And try to put them all in, but like I said, I'm not putting them in super tight right now because I know I need to come back. So I'm only going to put them in like a few turns. Alright, and once that's done, then we can move on for our next adventure here. Okay, so that is all in now. So there's everything there, okay, all put into place. I think it came out really nice. So now our next greatest achievement is we're going to have to put the bevels that came with it. So there's some 3M on the bottom here. I'm going to take that off and then attach it. Okay, so the bevel pieces are in there. The bevel is in there. And I think it came out really nice. Of course, obviously, I'll get my fingerprints off of there. But other than that, I think it came out really nice. Since there is a glass there, so you don't have to worry about the screens in the back there. So that's pretty nice. So our next phase is going to be on step 10. So I'm going to go and grab step 10's pieces, and we're going to put them all together. So of course here we are, folks, with all of our pieces and what we're going to be doing. So what I've done is that I know that we're not going to be using really any more BP screws, so don't be alarmed, okay? What we're going to do is I'm going to put my BP screws away, and I'm going to bring out 2 AP screws. Okay, now our AP screws are going to be utilized for these pieces here, And this one here, I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with it. So without further ado, I'm going to take this piece, all right, and it says that the 8mm goes on this side. So then we're gonna, oops, sorry, put it on this side, okay, and it's gonna slide right into place. Alright, so that goes right in there, and then we take the other one, do the same thing, and we lock it into place. So, okay, it's locked into place, outstanding. Alright, locked into place. Okay, making sure, yep, everything's locked into place, outstanding. The next phase is to take our little backing here, and we're going to put it on. Once we put it on, it wants 2 AP screws, and those are going to go right up in here. So we're going to take this AP screw, and we're going to put it one inside this side, and then one on the other side. Isn't that really cool? Look at that. Now, we are going to have some leftover pieces. Don't be afraid. Don't be alarmed, whatever. Alright? I have a funny feeling we're going to come back to this somehow and unscrew this and do something. But there are 2 holes back here. I'm just going to assume that maybe we're going to be lighting these up like they had on the show, where those were lit up. But that's just me assuming. But we'll find out later on. So our leftover pieces are going to be here, and our other thing that's left over is these little GM screws. I'm going to assume that the GM screws are going to go right inside here, and we're going to be able to screw on the steering wheel and everything. So that should be on the next phase in the next video, because this is where our video ends, folks, is right here. So like I said, this is it. This is all we got left over. Everything else that we have here is going to be in another video. So until next time, folks, we'll see you here on the next issue of building the knightrider car here. So let's see what happens when step 5 comes out. Hopefully I can get that out to you. But other than that, whatever you do out there, stay modeling, stay motivated. Don't worry, we're going to get to the end of this at some point. And if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the like. If you want to share this, feel free, go ahead and share it. And of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. That way you get every time I post one of these videos for the knightrider car or the Ecto 1 or any other model that we have on our channel here, you'll get all the updates that you need. We got a lot of mods coming for this car. We got a lot of mods for the other videos that I have on this channel. So I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you again. Thank you for stopping by the Thompson Model Shop, and keep on modeling.